everyone, and welcome back to Jennings in West Virginia. We're here at LRC B&B, Laurel River Club Bed and Breakfast, and we're getting ready to start a new episode of Experience West Virginia. Today we're going to be speaking with Allegheny hiker Christina, and we'll learn about her adventures on the Allegheny Trail. So, my friend Christina is here joining us today, and we're going to talk to her about her adventures on the Allegheny Trail. So, Christina, you came this morning, right?
Yeah.
So you started from the northern part of the trail?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I started at the Mason-Dixon line on Sunday. My friend dropped me off. I hiked a few miles, spent the night with him, and then kept on hiking south.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
So how's the weather been for you?
It's actually been gorgeous, with the exception of the rain today. But, the rain doesn't really bother me all the time too much.
Yeah. So where are you from, actually? What state?
Yes, I live in Hendersonville, North Carolina. It is about 45 minutes south of Asheville, just outside Pisgah Forest and DuPont Forest on the western side of the state.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how different is it where you live compared to what you've encountered on the trail? Is this more wildernessy or?
I think that's kind of hard to, think about. So I guess if I'm comparing this to the hiking that I have at home, section 1 so far has felt a little more, less wildernessy, more road walks, more small communities.
Mm-hmm.
So it feels a little more like Appalachia. Like the way maybe Appalachia and where the area I lived in was maybe 50 years ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
And I like that part about it. And then the canyons have been spectacular, and I love the relationship that the people have to the land, whether that is through the Friends of Cheat and the transformation of the Cheat River and the respect around Cheat Canyon. Or I talked with a woman the other day whose husband was a coal miner, and she was born and raised in lead mine, and she was a dairy farmer and then produced her own maple syrup. So those connections to the land have been really spectacular.
Yeah. Well, that's really interesting that you talk about the local, the people in the towns, because a lot of trails you don't actually get to walk through towns and get the cultural kind of feel to things. So that gives you a little bit of a glimpse into the West Virginia culture, the northern part, you think?
Yeah, I think definitely. When you walk through a town and when you walk through communities, you have to have respect for the communities and the people. And I like the Allegheny Trail because doesn't have an established hiker culture. It has an established Appalachian culture. That's precious. Mm-hmm. And so you get to experience the wilderness, you get to experience the outdoors, but you also get to experience the practices of the people and the generations of the people that have lived here before. And there's a true respect that goes into the creation of the trail and to the land.
Wow, that's interesting. So how did you hear about Laurel River Club Bed and Breakfast?
I saw y'all on the app Far Out.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I just saw that y'all receive drops, and I knew I had to send a drop, and then so I figured I would just stay here. I literally just decided to stay here blindly.
Aren't you glad?
Yes. I had no clue what to look for, what to expect.
But the Far Out app has helped you plan your whole trip then.
It has. I looked some information up on the Allegheny website and the hiking website, and then the rest of it I looked on the app. I don't know anyone who's hiked this trail. I don't know anybody in West Virginia.
Well, how did you even find the Allegheny Trail?
To be honest, it literally came into my head. This is kind of strange. So, I was going through a hard time. My sister and I were caring for my mom. And as she was passing away, I knew I needed a month off. I knew I needed to take a break and put a pause. Not so much a break, but put a pause on everyday life because it was a really heavy experience. And I needed to process, and I process on trails a lot of times. And so I was driving with my sister, and we were driving in Virginia, and I thought, okay, I need some time off. And then for some reason, the word Allegheny Trail came into my mind. I don't know where I heard it. I haven't looked it up before, so I thought, okay, surely this trail has to exist. And then I looked it up when I got home, and it was about 300 miles, and so that could fit. It wasn't too far away from my house, and that's that's how I picked this area.
It was that new advertising that we've started to put out. It's telepathy.
Right, subconsciously, I decided. But yeah, I just had a feeling that like I need to experience this part of Appalachia. Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Well, we're so glad that you did, because it's been a pleasure meeting you. Whenever you came in, you know, we took care of you, gave you your room, and we did have your box available, and so that was your resupply box, and so you got to resupply, and then you're getting ready to head on south. So we're just about at the 200-mile mark. So that would be coming from the south, 111, I think, from the north. So you have a ways to go, and it's actually going to be going into a lot more wilderness going south from here, but it's absolutely beautiful, beautiful terrain. So we're looking forward to what you have to say, you know, after you continue on.
Yeah.
So you have one more night here that you're going to stay with us and kind of recoup and then get ready to hit out again.
Yeah. Well, so originally I was going to camp out tonight, and then I was going to just like hang out for the day and then check in. And then I thought this morning, like, I really need a break. I want to see if they're available today. And if they are, great. I will book another night. Or if they're not, I will go ahead and camp in the field. And it worked out.
Yeah.
Like, literally, Marsha just, like, opened the door and said, come on in. And it was so reassuring to have, you know, another person just be so welcoming. So thank you.
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're always welcome here.
Oh, thank you.
Because, you know, once you stay one night here, you're family. You're not just a guest. You're family. So I apologize for that in advance. You're part of this circus that we have going on here in Jenningston. Because we do have a lot of different activities going on. And you actually just took a tour of the farm. What did you enjoy the most?
Oh, man. So Josie and I looked at the chickens. We looked at the ones that were, you know, more for show. And she talked about, like, all the different personalities of every chicken. We pulled a tick off one of the chickens. And then walked along back. She showed me her bunnies and the egg-laying chickens. I think what I really enjoy the most is the ease and the connection that y'all have, you know, and as a parent and how you care for your farm. That was probably my favorite part.
Wonderful. Well, we have enjoyed having you here, and of course you have another night here.
Thank you.
And we'll see you off on the Allegheny Trail in another day. And if you need anything along the way, you know that we're here for you, and you have our number. You can call us, you know, until you get to the end of section 2, and then no, I'm kidding. You can call us the entire time.
I really don't want to call y'all, but I'm like to the very south of the state.
We would still come and find you and help you if you needed us. So, but yeah, we actually are getting ready to start search and rescue for section 2. And, you know, we already assist in any way that we can, but we feel like it's really important. So you actually sent a package, and in the note on the side, it said that you were due to be here on the 10th. And if you hadn't gotten here on the 10th, we would have started to try to figure out where you were and why you were late.
Yeah. Oh, this is perfect timing then.
Yeah, so we would have started to, you know, I mean, we wouldn't have sent out helicopters and hound dogs just yet, but we probably would have started to try to figure out where you were by checking in on the Far Out app and, you know, different things like that to see if we could find where you'd posted anything. And so we do really look out for our guests and people who we know that are on their way through. And people don't always know that.
No, I have no clue.
But we do kind of keep track. My husband finds it entertaining to, you know, watch the hikers who are coming through, and he'll say, well, you should be expecting a hiker just any day now.
Really?
And,
oh, fun.
You know, at least on their way through. Not everybody stops here, but most everybody stops here.
Yeah.
Even if they don't, you know, make a reservation, we still kind of look out for them. So when they're in our territory and beyond. So
very cool. I definitely think this is a place every hiker should stop on their way through trail. Yeah. Or, you know, not a hiker if you're just curious. Stop here too.
Yeah, well, it's been wonderful having you.
Thank you.
And we look forward to you returning anytime you hike, or if you just want to come visit.
Thank you, Marsha.
Thanks for joining us today, and we hope to see you next time on Experience West Virginia. Until then, you can find us online at lrcbnb.com or on Instagram and Facebook. See you next time.